Welcome to Books and Besties, the virtual book fair. Share this link with others and get ready for something awesome. Books and Besties, the virtual book fair.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's episode of Books and Besties. I am your co-host, Dr. Angie B, and I'll be bringing in author Avalon Brown in just a bit. Right now, I'm just kind of enjoying our theme song that came from DJ Shaheen, Can't Stop the Feeling. Oh, my goodness. I know the feeling when I got a good book in my hand or I'm reading about an author's journey or even an entrepreneur, how they were encouraged to start their business, their ministry, why they're serving as a community leader. That is what this show is all about. We want to introduce to you people that are doing things in our community, your community, somewhere. We want to introduce you. So God is good all the time, and He is the reason why we do this show. And we just want you to know about Him. If you don't, then my email address is evangelistangieb@gmail.com. You can contact me, and I will do my best to introduce you to Him. Okay, it's time for me to bring in my co-host for today. She is an award-winning author, Amazon #1 bestseller. She's written books on the nursing profession and a variety of children's books. And she does such a great job behind the scenes in getting this show ready for you. So come on in the room, Avalon. Come on in.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear. It's good to see you.
You too. How's everything going?
Everything is going good, but you said it's been raining in your neck of the woods, huh?
Oh, yes. Every single day. I haven't been able to get out and really walk like I want to because of the rain.
Yeah. Here in Jacksonville, Florida, we've got the heat. So if I want to walk, it's going to be at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't want to get out. I just walk around the house if I have to in the AC. I don't know.
Yeah, that heat is wicked. I can't take when it starts getting really hot here. I can't handle it.
Yeah. It has been unseasonably warm earlier in the year. Wonder if that's got something to do with the global warming, you know?
Never know.
Yeah. So what big event have you got coming up?
Well, I'm going to be at the Children Independent Book Expo Children Festival on June the 7th. That is next week. It's next Saturday. It's going to be at the Warren-Acre Sports Center in Roselle, New Jersey. Yes, so come out. Stop by my table and say hello. It's going to be about 50 authors there. All children's books.
50 authors.
Yes.
All children's books. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. So I know that your recent book about your parents, that's finished and it's out now, right?
Yes, it's on Amazon. It's called From the Sandbox to Marriage, Faith, and Ministry.
Wow. And you said your parents met when they were kids?
Yep, 2 years old. They were living on the same compound, yes. And about 3 years old, he told her that she was going to be his wife. He was going to marry her.
That is cute. That is too cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't wait to get my hands on that book and find out about a true love story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They went through their trials and tribulation, but they hung in there. You know, there's a section where And it's really a true love story because you have to have the kind of love because my mom cheated on my dad while he was in the hospital, and I was conceived, but he still accepted her. They never separated. He gave me his name, and he raised me. He raised me. Yeah.
God, that is beautiful. But that's what marriage is about. You're supposed to adjust with each other and around each other and make the best of the situation that God has placed you in. So that's a beautiful testimony. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. He still claimed you because you were here. Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't easy. Just imagine how life goes nowadays. The average man is not going to stay, or y'all going to separate or something, but there was never any separation.
Yeah, that is beautiful, honey. That's beautiful. And you always knew these stories growing up, or?
No, I didn't know the whole story because actually I didn't meet my father till I was about 23 or 25, something like that. I never knew. And my mom, she passed away at 98. So I think when she was about 97, she was in the nursing home. She was still had all her faculties, getting around and stuff. She told me the story. She started telling me the story because what happened was my mom's mind was starting to wander, and every day she would wake up saying that she was in the wilderness. So I was trying to bring her mind back to my father because she kept talking about my biological father and other dead people that were dead. So I would bring the church sermons and the scriptures to her and start, my father's scriptures and stuff. So she started telling me the story. Every day I realized she started talking about him. So I got my pen and paper and every day I was taking notes, asking her questions, and she kind of told me the whole story. So in the book, I do, I reference her as her story being told, as the part that up to Daddy passed. But then the rest of the story is hers that, because I took care of her at home for 20 years until I couldn't do it anymore,
Wow. Yeah. Incredible. I need to start taking notes from my dad. He'll be 80 next month, and he got all his faculties, but that is a good time to start talking to him. Yeah, beforehand. Yeah. If you want to know something good, you want to know. So, listen, I got a couple of videos I want to play for you right quick so I can tell you about them. This first one comes from Maternal Matters Favored, mmfavored.org. And since we're talking about family, we also want to support them. So here's the first video.
Living with anxiety and depression can feel like you're drowning. Come join a tribe that will help you press through parenthood and life. maternalmattersfavored.org, mmfavored.org.
I forget about how many children are born during the summer,
Yeah.
And, mothers are struggling sometimes in the heat or the rain, with a newborn. We're complaining about it being too wet and too hot to go out and walk. But can you imagine having a newborn? And so we always want to support Maternal Matters Favored because mothers need help. Mothers really do. All right, this next video is about the new show that we're airing Sundays at 3 p.m. It's called A Conversation with Mama. Just to tell you a little bit about it. A Conversation with Mama.
Many will come on this segment and they will come because they need to have a conversation with their mama.
Amen. A Conversation with Mama is a series of episodes that discuss different topics that are important to you. standing on God's word and the scripture as found in Proverbs 31:26. Now it's time for today's episode of A Conversation with Mama. Sundays at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Ooh, Avalon. I love that new show, Avalon. They talk about, I think every other sentence out her mouth is a scripture. I'll be listening and I'm like, oh yeah, where is that? And where can I find that scripture? So much wisdom, so much knowledge. It's like sitting at the foot of a grandmother who just is sharing life experiences and lessons, and it's just a beautiful show. It's beautiful. So I hope you catch it Sundays at 3 p.m. Just follow Angie B Productions and you'll see it. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And then I want to introduce you to this new product from DFC Market. So here comes another video.
The following is a testimony from dfcmarket.com.
What is my name? My name is Michael Douglas Scott. I've had chronic pain for the past 15 years. As I age, I get more pains. I have degenerative arthritis. I have basically 14 different medications, and they range from sleep apnea, trazodone, to ibuprofen, to meloxicam, to gabapentin, these are pain medications, about 6 different pain medications, medications to go to sleep. And I learned about immune support through Ernest Warren. He's a real good friend of mine. Do something, and he wanted to know how it made me feel. But it made me feel like a young boy again, and it caused me to be feeling full of life, full of energy. When I took the super immune support, I saw results the second day. Several friends who really wonder what the heck's gotten into me, because I'm jumping all over the place. I catch the bus and the train. I drive my van to the train station and use the stairs. And every chance, all day I'm jumping up and down and doing push-ups, not push off the walls, jumping jacks, just full of energy. I've lost 25 pounds since December the 5th. I want to tell the world. I'll stand on the mountaintop and tell the world how good this stuff is on me. It takes care of me. My name is Michael D. Scott, and I take super immune support beta-glucan, and I think you should too.
Visit www.dfcmarket.com for more information.
Avalon, I've been taking my super immune support.
Really?
Yeah, I've been taking it. And at first, I didn't notice a difference. And then gradually, I realized I was sleeping better. Now, I may wake up once to go to the bathroom, but I'm going right back to sleep, which is something that I couldn't do before. And so now I think the super immune support is helping to keep me healthy, because I've had 2 instances where people around me were sick.
Okay.
People, like my daughter got sick, and she's never sick. So I was trying to nurse on her, and she was like, "No, Mom, you're gonna get sick." And I'm like, "I'm not. I'm taking my super immune support," and I didn't get sick. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know Mike was a guest on Books and Besties a while ago, and he was talking about it. But I really do like my super immune support. I tell everybody, go to dfcmarket.com and order you a bottle and see how it's going for you. Well, our first guest, Marie Morton, is here, and I cannot wait to hear about what she has got going on. Marie, we're bringing you on stage right now.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Tell us about literary indulgence of
Jacksonville.
Tell us.
Yeah. Well, it's something I just started. I want to say last year, getting the business together, and I'll go back even further. So initially, I had a book festival that I had the opportunity to partner with and coordinate. And the person asked if I wanted to go solo, and I said yes. And so that began the quest of forming a business officially and learning all that paperwork. And I went through the Jax Bridges program with the Chambers of Commerce here in Jacksonville, and they offer a lot of resources. They kind of show you, how to put it together. And I started doing a website and, just all of that. And it was all at once, just my crazy self. I just love to do things like that. And I had taken a hiatus. So year apart of that first inaugural book festival, just to get that together. And the festival was called Indulgence Book Festival. And so I took a step back and I said, okay, how can we make this a little bit more intense, And so it's just literary indulgence, and I feel that covers everything that I wanted to say about books and writing and creativity, with a little punch, and hopefully people will indulge in reading and writing and creativity. And so this year, we have our second annual Literary Indulgence Book Festival. Some of our friends are here. Dr. Angie B will be there. Donna Great Banks will be there. And we have 30 plus authors, and I like to call it a kind of what's a good word for it? Not a book party, and I'm losing my train of thought, but just a book party for readers, for writers. We want to make sure that the young people are engaged. We're going to have storytelling sessions for the children. One person I wanted to mention, Elaine Charles, she was an art teacher for many years here in Jacksonville. She's going to bring her drum. And what she does is she has oral storytelling with African stories and Native American stories. And the children will be able to be in a circle and orally participate and give their part, of the story. Right. And then we're going to have two teachers who are also authors, Nadine Joseph and Sherna Sperman Lott. And they will also do some sessions. We're going to have face painting. We're going to have a bouncy house. And Joan Warren will be there doing also some sensory activities with them. She was a former OT tech who I knew through my son. And she reached out to me. She's now an author. And so she will be there doing some great work with the kids as well, and also offering her book. And more, I just have so much. We have presentations that would be there. And the festival, first of all, is free of charge. You can come in there. There's going to be some 30 plus authors, like I mentioned. There's going to be some food trucks. There's going to be some artisans in the courtyard selling their products. And then we're going to have 4 great presentations. One by Lana McCara, who is a award-winning best-selling author. We're going to have a multi-genre author and visionary founder of a platform called Love 365, Shamira R. Thompson, and her topic is going to be the heart of a romance writer. Yes, Janice Hardy of the Fiction University writing is a writing coach, and she will tell you how to get through the middle, getting through the muddle. So when you start your book, you're like, okay, I have a beginning, I have an end. How do I bridge it? And she will give you tips on how to do that. And last but not least, we have Mr. Frank Gooden II, a local UNF professor of communications, Emmy Award-winning filmmaker, AI consultant. He will be there trying to show everyone how you can make a blockbuster, whether it's through social media, traditional books, and other literary works of art. And one thing I want to mention with Mr. Gooden, I had a problem, as you do, organizing events. I had a problem with the projector and a screen. The venue didn't have like a more, I want to say, modern one. And so I reached out to the presenters to say, okay, what's a good workaround? And so, someone said, hey, HDMI screen, just connect to TV monitor. I'm like, hey, great, we can do that. But then this last Monday, what Frank put together was he developed a application where you can actually, with a QR code, you can do a presentation via your phone. So you can get a QR code, send it out to your audience. They can see the presentation on their phones.
Wow.
And this was all because of a problem. He did a resolution to the nth degree. And so he just launched it on this past Memorial Day Monday. So he's just awesome. So these are some of the people that I have here. So humbled and so happy just to have all of the support that I've had, even yourself, Dr. B, just helping me with this endeavor. And I tell you, everything has kind of fallen into place. So I just know it's meant to be. I am looking forward. It's June 28th at Friday Musicale from 10 to 4. And we have one more event I wanted to talk about. It's the Author Reader Mixer, and that's going to be from 5 to 8 p.m., same location, but we're going to have some DJ music. The authors will be there. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres, just come and relax and meet the people and just enjoy a day of relaxation and connection, after the festival day. So come enjoy my boutique. That's what I was going to say, my boutique festival, because I feel that you can come and get something, whatever your needs are, whatever you like, you'll find something there that will meet your need. So please come out and join us.
This is in Jacksonville?
It's in Jacksonville, yes.
This is in Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah, but I have some authors coming from Alabama. I have a lot coming from Southeast Georgia, some from Amelia Island, Orlando. Where? Where are you?
New Jersey.
Oh my goodness! Oh, come on down. I had some writers reach out, and I think next year they're going to come. I have a waiting list, and one was from like the Philly area, another one from New York. So, wow. But it just seems like people need to be able to promote their work. And one reason I wanted to have a little bit lower number of authors is I want to make sure that they're able to reach the audience and engage. And there's not like a lot of people and everyone's confused. And, just come on out and meet them one-on-one, talk with them. You may find a new gem, a new author to add to your book, or you may find just a story that matches your own that you can really relate to, but I want folks to be happy about reading. I want them to have it in their life about writing. And so I'm just so happy that, all of the different individuals that came and to support again. I keep saying that because I'm just very blessed and thankful for that.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
That is wonderful, Marie. I love that you plan to have panel discussions, workshops, and children's activities. That
Yes.
School's out for the summer. You got to bring your kids. So
yes,
I love that.
Yes. And we're going to have some lemonade because you can't have a festival without some lemonade. So we're going to have a lemonade vendor there. So come on out, get some shaved ice, sit, and also a live band. I'm from the Caribbean. So I have a band called Cool Vibes that will be there. They're going to have a steel pan and a guitarist. So come enjoy some music. Nice. Come enjoy some soca, some calypso, some reggae, Jimmy Buffett, So a little bit of something I said, like for everyone, that you can come and just enjoy a nice free event.
I have to get on the list for next year. I have so much family in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Come on down. Come on down. And that's what some of the folks said, like one of the panelists, she's like, oh, I have family in Jacksonville. She's from Fernandina originally. So she's like, they're coming up just to, she's going to hang with family and see family. And then the other person from Orlando, she's like, that's just only a couple hours. So it's just, I think it's a family friendly event. And that's what I want to have. The authors feel like I want them to feel valued. I want them to feel that this is an event where they would want to come back to and feel that it made an impression on them as well. You understand? So that's my goal of promoting to make sure that they, have value in what they're doing here at the event.
Nice. Nice.
I know I saw you back in February at the Fresh
Yeah.
Book Festival.
Yes,
And
yes.
why do you think book festivals are so important? I know the Fresh Book Festival talks about literacy as a legacy, and you have indulgence. But why do you think these book festivals are so important today?
Because I feel that it's part of the community. You have to get the people to keep think about the importance, especially with all the, I want to say, the attacks that we've had in our literature. As a child, I remember I began reading when I was in K4, and I remember what a mark that made on my life. I was very, very shy. So the books were in a way my friends, but that's how I learned about the world, information, kind of escape, and to see that books are being removed, from libraries. I remember after COVID, I had a son that worked in the school system here, and all the books were taken out, and it became like tech libraries, And I felt horrible because I remember going to the schools when my boys were young, and they'll have the Scholastic, paperwork to order books, and that was the best thing to go through. Let's see which book we're going to get, and get the series, and just being in that library and how it helped kids sometimes to feel calm, and it was a safe place for them. So I'm like, how could you not have a library? And so I feel that book festivals are a way of making sure that we put the books still in the forefront for everyone to keep going forward. That's just how we learn about the world. And we got to learn the truth, and we got to learn about our history so that negative things that happened in the past don't happen again. That's if hopefully we keep them in a book. A lot of things are being erased.
Yeah, I agree. I know Avalon was sharing earlier with us that tell Marie about the event you're going to later this month.
Yes, the Independent Book Expo on the 7th of June. That's a Children's Festival book expo also, yes. It's going to be in Roselle, New Jersey.
Okay. Wow. How long have they been doing that one?
It's
like a tradition?
This is the second I think this is the third children festival, but they've been doing the regular book festival. I've been to at least 10 years I've been there, so I don't know.
Wow.
Might have been 1 or 2 years before there. You might have heard of the Independent Book Expo.
Yes.
Renee there is the CEO.
Yes. And I think I love it because I've been going around to different book festivals just to see what works, what doesn't work. And so I think all the local ones I kind of drove around this year to see, and then maybe I'll expand out. But I even, there's some in Chicago that I look at, and one by Sag Harbor, I think it was the Black Writers Association. So a lot of good things out there with book festivals. I remember I went to a retreat, and someone said, book festivals, you can't sell your books there. But, you can sell books. And it's also, again, getting engaged with the community, face to face. I've met some of my favorite authors, at book festivals. And I'm like, I'm not stalking you. I'm just so excited, I remember Kimberly Lawson, I remember I was like a fan. I just love that. And then I know Donna, every time I go to Donna's festival, I get another of her books. So now I have all 4. So I love her. She's the best person. She doesn't mind sharing information. Such a big support. I can call her and she'll say, here's an answer. I know she's busy, but she always takes time to say, here's what you need, or here's a suggestion. And she's been just a world of information for me.
Yeah, the regular book festival is in October, so I'll be at that one too.
Okay. Here in Jax?
No,
or
in
New York,
Roselle, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a big one that in October also. So I'll be attending that one also with the rest of my books.
Yeah. How many books do you have? How many books do you have? How many books do you have?
So many. I think I have about maybe 17 altogether, including children's books, 2 memoirs, some nursing books, or poetry books. And I still have 4 more children's books to do because they're all based on my grandchildren are the characters. Yes.
That's neat. That is neat. Talk about leaving a legacy.
Between the nursing book and the rest of the children's books, I'm working on them like simultaneously, you know. Yeah.
How do you do that? That's another thing. That's writing. I said, how do you do that? You switch games. You switch gears, and you have to go, okay, childlike. And then for nursing, look at me, I'm taking over. For nursing, what do you write? Is it more the technical aspect of it? Or
the first nursing book was mine. It was a memoir about my nursing career and the different challenges that I went through. Then with the help of Angie, I did an anthology with 10 other nurses to talk about their challenges. You know, nursing is our passion. We can't quit. So now I'm working on nursing guides. The first one was a guide for nurses to flourish in their profession. And the second one I just did is a guide to learn how to cope, for nurses to learn how to cope with patient loss. So that's the way I'm going. So I've been a charge nurse. I've been a clinical manager. I've been a dialysis nurse. So those are the other guides that I'm working on also.
Yeah, I know. I had a Miss Powell, God rest her soul. She was so awesome. I mean, nurses are great. And she started out as I remember as an LPN, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
And then when that field was kind of going, I think they were taking it away.
Well,
not
they
using
took
them
it
as much
in 92, but now I know here in New Jersey, in my area, they have brought the LPNs back in the hospital because the RNs are leaving.
Yeah. See, I thought I heard someone say that too. But she had, she actually went back and I think she became an RN, and then in her 50s, then she did the part-time military, and then she retired, as a colonel, not colonel. I'm so bad with these things. Captain.
Wow.
And this was in her 50s. She just started and she set up hospitals and whatnot. But nurses, and I have another friend who's a nurse, and kind of weird, but they both have the same birthday. And my grandmother was a nurse. They all had, those three had the same birthdays, November 11th.
Wow.
And nurses in different capacities. But my grandmother, she worked with the elderly, back in the day when it was, I'm from the Caribbean, when it used to be Hassan Kat, so she was a nurse. She knows a lot of natural remedies, that I know today to use to help me. My other friend, she was a nurse, and then she became like a case manager, and just all the things you can do with your nursing degree, I think is amazing. But the bottom line is you do so much for people.
Yeah, I did quite a bit too.
Okay.
I just retired in 23. I'm still licensed, but I'm not like working as an active nurse. Yeah. I did 43 years, so I think I've had my time.
Proud of you, honey.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say one more thing too. And then the ARNPs, I usually want to go to an ARNP. I nurse practitioner, because I don't know, I feel more comfortable, and they're very knowledgeable, and I think they offer that care that sometimes you don't get from the physician. But that's who I always seek out, for my doctors. So.
Really? As a nurse, I know it sounds kind of, but I don't want to see the nurse practitioner. I want to see my doctor.
Why? Well, why?
I don't want to see the nurse because she don't have the expertise. I'm not going to go to a doctor unless I have a real problem. So I will go to a doctor that deals with that area of my problem, and I want to see the expert. I don't want to talk to the nurse practitioner. They work together, but she don't have his knowledge of that expertise that I'm having a problem. If I'm having a problem with my lungs, I want to talk to the lung doctor. You understand? If I'm having a problem with my knee, I want the knee doctor. don't want to go to the nurse practitioner. I'm sorry, but I guess maybe because of my medical knowledge,
Let me ask a
I want to
question.
see the doctor. That's what I'm paying for. I'm not paying to see the nurse practitioner.
Let me ask a question. So,
I know
what
it's like
would be a
an
good?
oxymoron, but
What would be a good?
yeah.
What would be a good time? And then we'll go back to this one. What would be a good time to see a ARNP? Like, what would be
For me,
yeah, for well, not for you, but just anyone in general, maybe.
well, in
I
general,
mean,
it's up to the individual. I have my own preference. They may like the nurse practitioner, but the doctors that I have, they have very good bedside manners. I'm not going to
mhm,
go to a doctor that, isn't compassionate. I
yeah,
can't have a rapport, not going to listen to me. So
yes,
I'm going to look for all those things. If I tell you something wrong and it sounds like it's something that out of the ordinary, I want you to understand that this is going on in my body.
yeah,
Okay, so this is why I want to talk to the doctor.
yeah.
I'm not happy with a nurse practitioner. I'm sorry. I know that's the big trend now, but I'm
Yes,
still going to
you're
ask
busting my
her.
bubble.
I'm still going to ask her, can I still talk to the doctor, please? Because I want that final thing from the doctor.
Yeah. Oh no. The ones that I go to, they're very knowledgeable. And then ultimately, if there's something that is beyond their capacity, they always say, "We'll talk to doctor today, or I'll see the doctor." But
Hmm.
on just to go in and get tweaked and see, okay, how's it going? That's my go-to.
Well, that's what I think. That's what's in urgent care. I think they have more nurse practitioners probably in the urgent care.
Okay.
But that's me. Like my doctor, sometimes he gets on me because he might see me once a year.
Yes.
And now that I'm 68, I started at least every 6 months. I'm breaking it down.
68. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
You're kidding
I'm
me.
breaking it.
Wow. You look great.
Thank you. But I still would give them respect. You know what I mean? I still
Yeah.
would give the nurse practitioner respect because they do go to school a long time and learn this stuff. But well, I think after their masters, they may do 2 more years at the most.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just something that's my preference. So everyone has
Mhm.
their preference
Yeah.
of their medical treatment.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to you
Now,
too because you have the background.
yeah, and that too, and that's why my doctor get on me too, because certain things he tell me to do, he's like, you don't listen to me all the time, because I'm like you, I'm gonna find something natural that
Yeah.
helps me. Like
Yep.
yeah, that's me.
That's my natural first, and if I can't solve it, then
Yeah.
I'll go on. But I always try to go to the natural
Yeah, like
remedy first.
the last time I went to him, my pressure was a little high, 162, I think
Ooh,
over 90 something. But I knew what I had eaten, so I said, Doc, he gave me the pills. I took the pills. I took the pills the first day. I didn't like it. It kind of shut me down. But then what I did was I just went back to see what I had been eating, stopped
right.
eating that, take my blood pressure every day. And now it's like 120 something over 80 something. So,
That's
of
awesome.
course, I'm not going to take his pills.
Yeah.
That's a mess right there. That's a mess. She
All
said
right.
she take his pills.
But on another note, I see that you're an author. So, what type of books have you written?
Oh my goodness, I'm in a babyhood of writing, and so one area I love is I love romance, and so it just kind of goes back to going through life, right? And it had for a time I think I was just going through the motions, and I really didn't have like a purpose of what I would do. I would work, I would take care of my kids, responsibility, get up, but I didn't have that joy de vivre. I wasn't engaged in life, and I started to look for my purpose. And I think I went back to the reading from when I was a youth. That's what brought me joy. Writing, whatever I did. I got my undergrad in organization communication, went into the financial field, but any role that I did in the financial field, it had to do something with creative. I always went back to maybe trying to do a training manual or a newsletter, or I just, I was they call it the wordsmith, and so I always went back to that, and that's what brought me joy. And I said, it has to be something here. And it just seemed that it started with that first chance of coordinating the book festival. And after that, I just started looking into writing. I met the First Coast Romance Writers Group, joined the group. I was like, okay, this sounds really neat. And what they do is they actually teach you like all the mechanisms that go into writing. They have people come in every month. You can learn how to do conflict, learn all the marketing, which can be daunting, how to self-publish. And so I had an opportunity to join their anthology. And I said, this would be a great way to write a short story, have it published. And so I've done 2 of them, 2 short stories. Yes. And I just did a novella that got published May 25th. And I remember the first time the Jordan's Christmas Gift. That was my first short story that got published, and I was so excited. I bought them and I sent it to my mom, so she could see my name on the book. And I was so, you don't know how excited is that, and I said, what a way to leave a legacy, because I always said, once I leave this world, what am I leaving behind? How would someone know I was here? And I feel now at least someone can like Google or search and go, oh, there's Marie, and I want to continue to grow it. I have a novel I've been working on, and so exciting about it, but it's been gathering dust. But I'm going to pull it out this year. My goal is to get it finished. I have about 50,000 words, and it's just at a point where I'm just editing and editing and editing. And at some point I have to say, okay, Marie, it's done. And send it through and just go with faith. But it's going to be a series of 3 cousins based in the islands. They say, write what you know. And there's going to be a backdrop of some tennis, but, just their lives and some romance, with the main characters. A little bit different, but I love tennis too. So right now this weekend I'm going to watch the French Open. So isn't that something? I'm a sports fan. I'm basketball, football. I think growing up I had 3 brothers, so and I have 3 sons. So I'm really into sports. I love it. I love the excitement of it and the challenge that you feel, when you go to the arenas. And so I combine romance and sports, and so that's where I'm heading. And so I'm always looking for learning and looking for assistance on how to make it better, how to do it better, how to be, like you, where you guys say I have 17 books. I mean, to me, that's amazing. Just the dedication to do that. Because, when people write, a lot of folks, they don't become millionaires writing. You do it for the love of it. And so when I see individuals like yourself, Avalon and Dr. B, you're so creative and you're doing so many different things. I admire that. A lot, because I know the work that it takes to get that done. So I sort of applaud you, and hopefully one day I can do that. I'm doing my steps. I'm doing the festival now, and I want to get into retreats, like writers' retreats and readers' retreats, and just expand, different areas where we can bring again the books back into our lives, or keep it there, while folks are trying to take it out. We got to keep it here. And that's, I think, in a way, my purpose. I'm just following the journey and I'll see where it leads me. But so far, it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And listen, I'm glad you mentioned retreats, because I'm going to this one in Costa Rica. It's August 13th through the 19th. And I think they have 2 spots remaining, I think, last I heard. But what they're going to do. What's part of
that? Go ahead.
Yeah, what they do is they're going to have little breakout sessions to help you develop your outline of your book, coaching, marketing coaching, 3 workshops just to teach you how to become an author, and nature immersion.
My goodness. Talk about a retreat.
Right? Yes. And
my goodness.
I'm going to give everybody websites down here at the bottom. The Right Place to Write. The Right.
That's amazing. Look how beautiful.
Oh man, Costa Rica.
Have you been before to Costa Rica?
No, this will be my first time.
Wow.
Oh my God. I just see, I haven't been there, but I've seen so many beautiful things about that place. So what a nice place to relax and soak in nature and just relax and get into yourself,
Right.
and be able to write freely. Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm
13th to the
looking for a
19th.
chocolate tour myself.
Okay. What kind of tour?
Chocolate.
The chocolate.
wow.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up, see what's going on. Right
Yeah.
place to write. The right place to write.
Right.
Right.
I'm a big component of working together with folks and collaborating. So instead of recreating the wheel, I'd rather we all just go to Costa Rica in August, So place to write. That's the website, and
Okay.
it's publish and promote. And I'll be there talking about the importance of having an audiobook, and I'll be there to learn as well. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Introduce you to publish and promote, and we can do some retreats together.
Nice.
I'm ready to go to New Jersey with Avalon. I may have to go in October. What did you say you're doing in October, Avalon?
It's the independent book festival. That's for all books. That's the big one for all books.
Come on, Marie. We'll have to get a flight together and go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
We got a couple of shout outs that we need to do. We got some viewers that have given us some thumbs up. Thank you to Loren Hurd for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for your thumbs up. And thank you to Pastor Mary Hope for joining us today. I know that we've got some other viewers, but you guys gave us a thumbs up, and I appreciate that. I hope you guys are sharing this information. You are watching Books and Besties. We're chatting with Marie Morton. We've got just a little bit of information that we need to share, so we'll be right back with more of Books and Besties.
DJ Shaheem Care Mix Edits. Explore innovative fusion music of hip-hop, house, Afro beats, and gospel genres all rolled into one perfect mix. Visit the world of a gospel praise experience as DJ Shaheem shares his new edit packs, filled with a remarkable experience. Enhance and elevate your worship experience through praise as we embark on a new and unique purpose to glorify Jesus and what he has been able to do in our lives. If you are looking for a different vibe in your worship and praise experience, this will definitely keep you moving and inspire you throughout your day and week. These mix and edit packs are not only for DJs and radio stations, but are meant for gospel music lovers as well. Take time out and visit DJ Shaheem Care Mix Edits for your music source. Support the ministry as we reach others and draw them closer to Christ. Stay blessed, safe, and encouraged. DJ Shaheem Mix Edits. .sellfy.store. Please allow us to introduce you to one of the graduates of our YUP program.
Hi, I'm Sandra B. I live in Michigan. And yep, I'm an author.
YUP, Youth Entrepreneur Author Program. Our goal is to initiate literacy in students and lead them to entrepreneurship through authorship. Our mission is to identify and invite organizations to participate in this program. Students participate in virtual writing workshops where they are encouraged to write their stories and provide reviews of stories read. We ask you to support our youth. For a donation of only $50, your company or organization will be mentioned as a youth supporter in the next audiobook. Send an email to yupi'manauthor@gmail.com to provide a scholarship for a young person to participate.
Yep, I'm an author.
Proceeds are accepted and disbursed by Angie B Productions. And now, these students are authors and entrepreneurs. Follow us online. Just search for Yup, I'm an Author on Facebook. Use the hashtag Yup, I'm an Author. Or call 407 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519 for more information. This program is sponsored in part by Angie B. and Barty Productions.
Yep, I'm an author.
I tell you, we love our Yep program. The kids are so excited about being able to write their stories, and it's just encouraging. Like Marie was saying, some of our stories are being removed and eliminated, and if they are, the babies today won't know about anything. So at least if we can get them to write their stories, that will really help to keep stories overall intact. I know I love Emerging from the Curve. That's our the first youth book that we published, where these 5 little elementary school children talked about their pandemic stories. And you would think that a 5, 6, 7-year-old just really was oblivious to the pandemic, but not these kids. They talked about having to take care of their younger siblings. They talked about having to do school at home. They talked about losing relatives to the pandemic. One of them said he lost his grandmother to the pandemic. And the other child actually understood what it was like when his dad lost his job because of the pandemic and how it affected the entire household. So we appreciate the Youth Entrepreneur Author Program. I'll be talking about it when I get to Marie's event so that hopefully some of the kids will get off the bouncy house and will come on and join our virtual writers workshop. Again, the Literary Indulgence Book Festival is June 28th this year. We want you to join us. The book festival is from 10 to 4, and the author reader mixer is from 5 to 8. It's at the historic Friday Musicale Riverside on Oak Street in Jacksonville, 645 Oak Street in Jacksonville. And I love what Marie calls it. It's a book party. It's not just a festival. It's a book party. So we're excited about that. Excited. Okay, let me bring Avalon and Marie back in here. We always have to give credit where credit is due. You guys worked up a question. Somebody has a question about writing because they heard the two of you. So the question is, how difficult is it to become an author when you're an avid reader? Marie,
Can I go?
answer? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it probably will help you, because even as an author, you want to keep reading, because you learn about different styles. You learn how to present information. And as a reader, you see so many different worlds, so many backgrounds, characters, that you can bring that into your writing. So actually it enhances your writing skills. That's how I feel. So that when you actually get to do it, you can start to say, okay, what style do I like? What style do I want to use, or it's part of me. It's kind of like, I think, learning, like in school. So you can take a little bit of that reading that you've done and, incorporate into your writing as you get ready to do it. And I really encourage people to do it, because, you gotta follow your dream. And I really feel that in order to be a part of life, I'm into that right now, just being engaged in life. If it's something you want to do, I want you to go ahead and do that and fulfill it. So it's not a procrastination, but a reality,
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let Avalon go because I can keep talking.
No, I mean, I kind of seconded with you, because it's like we all have stories in us. And as of being an advocate reader, one of those stories might spark something that, oh, you know what? I went through some of that, or, I know somebody that happened, or, so it kind of like sparks your interest, like, yeah, I want to write about that. So, you get ideas from reading other people's stuff, and their literature and their writings, gives you, it kind of churns, because even with my parents' book, I saw an author on our show who had written about her love story. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know what? My mom was telling me about her story. So, I was like, let me start working on that book. And that's what had me put out that, because I had read their story. And I was like, even though it was some similarity, but not really the same. My parents had a similar story that was like a love story. So, reading a lot of other things kind of gives you an idea and makes you I want to write that, type of thing. Yes.
And for me, I was a child that would, hundreds of years ago, Disney would put out their stories in an album format, and the album would be encased in the book. So you could read along while you were listening to the album.
I remember
have
that.
a tone that would tell you to turn the page.
Mhm.
And I remember
yeah.
vividly looking at the word A-N-D, and thinking, that's almost like my name, A-N-G. And listening helped me improve my reading and my vocabulary. And that's what I really keep in mind when I narrate an audiobook. I want somebody to be able to hear, bring it to life, and then as they're reading along, get engaged and excited. And so reading and listening to me is they're like neck and neck. I'm a fan of audiobooks. They say that the book is always better than the movie. And so I have to say, the audiobook is right up there with the book. But each time it encourages me to say, my next project, I'm going to write about this or write about that. And it makes a big difference. So I hope we answered your question. I appreciate it when people text us with their questions. And so absolutely. So what is your next book project, Marie? What do you really want to start working on next?
I'm going to work on that novel. So I've had the short story, the novella. So the novel that I started, that I have 50,000 words. I want to see if I can get to 60. I'm going to go back through and just kind of read it with new eyes, learning all I've done the past couple of years from the writing classes that I've done. I want to go back through and just with a fine-tooth comb and just see if I can make tweaks, enhance the characters, make sure there's great conflict, and just present something that I'll be proud of. And so that's after the festival, the second part of the year. That's what I'm going to be focused on. I promised myself that I'm going to do it.
Good. Well, I'm excited about literary indulgence in Jacksonville. I can't wait to get there. And I know some other people here in Jacksonville, like Tina Batten. I want to be able to invite her.
Yes.
She's the co-host of A Conversation with Mama. It airs Sundays at 3 p.m. She's
going to be there. She's going to be there. Yes, she's going to be there. She's going to be there.
Between her and Donna Gray Banks, I may not even be at my table. I just with my buds
hanging out. But I just want to encourage everyone to, if you're here locally, just to come on through, and it'll be great to meet you. If you see me, come say hi. I won't bite. But we want it to be family friendly. We want it to be a good time, and we want to establish this as an annual event. So we're putting our footprints down, and we're gonna make it strong and make sure that everyone, readers, come on out. We want you guys there because this is for you. Okay, book lovers, whether you write, publish, work with books, write books, you need to be there.
That's so good. That is so good. So good. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. And nice meeting you, Nurse Avalon.
We have to stay in touch. Because I have to get to that next year.
Yeah. I think you're my friend now. So
yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah, Avalon, pull out
13.
the soap sleeper. We coming to you in October, so just get ready. Get ready. Yeah. All right, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. That was great. All
Oh,
these
yes.
festivals and I love her heart.
Yeah.
I love that, and the bouncy houses and everything. That's gonna be perfect. That is going to be perfect. So, literaryindulgence.com. That's the website you want to go to. LITERARY indulgence INDULGENCE.com. literaryindulgence.com. I don't know if I can stay awake all day from 10 to 4 and then from 5 to 8, but I'm gonna try it.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna need a nap in there somewhere along the way,
I
you know.
know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're gonna be busy that day.
Yeah, gonna be busy. And got another event coming up that I want to tell you about. It's the 9th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar. It returns to St. Mary's, Georgia, which is in Camden County, Georgia. We're going to be the third weekend in September, which is September 19th through the 21st in historic Camden County, Georgia. We are spreading alopecia awareness and acceptance. And this is a fundraiser for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, NAAF.org. So if you or someone you know is dealing with any type of hair loss, alopecia, or from lupus or cancer, any type of hair loss, we want you to feel like you are accepted during this weekend retreat. So you can follow our Facebook page to see our past, our history. That is facebook.com, Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar. Or you can also send an email to boldbeautiful@gmail.com. boldbeautiful@gmail.com. It is a weekend retreat, as I said, and the agenda begins on Friday morning. So we're excited about that to be able to tell you more about that. Okay, Avalon, got a couple more videos to show you. So we'll be right back with more from Books and Besties.
Eden, as intended, is an online, all-natural beauty products business. We currently sell products for the skin and hair that promote a healthy, natural way to nourish the body and foster extreme hair growth. At Eden, as intended, our mission is to create, promote, and sell herbal products that support the well-being of the total body with maximum results, ushering the body back to natural remedies just as it was intended. Specialized products can be made per request for more serious issues like alopecia, eczema, etc. Search for Eden as intended. Call 904-356-3502. Eden as intended.
A conversation with Mama.
Many will come on this segment and they will come because they need to have a conversation with their mama.
Amen.
A Conversation with Mama is a series of episodes that discuss different topics that are important to you. Standing on God's Word and the Scripture as found in Proverbs 31:26. Now it's time for today's episode of A Conversation with Mama. Sundays at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Just want to introduce you to the Independent Authors Book Experience. It takes place Saturday, June 7th in Roselle, New Jersey. You can visit the website at IABX, that's IAB like boy, X.org, the Independent Authors Book Experience. 1 week to go. I'm excited. My bestie Avalon will be there. And then right after that, we've got the Literary Indulgence Book Festival, June 28th in Jacksonville, Florida. It's not just a festival, it's a book party. And then, as we said earlier, the Costa Rica 7-day retreat just for writers. I think they have 1 or 2 more spots available. You need to go to therightplacetowrite.com. The RIGHT place to WRITE, the right place to write.com. I'm looking forward to the Artesian Chocolate Tour. I'm excited to be able to receive the book marketing template. I have ample time to write every day you're giving us, and I'll be making a small presentation on the importance of audiobooks narrated by people, not AI. So that's just my personal preference, So I'm excited about that. We got Atlas the Wonder Dog in the studio with us back there. I guess he's waiting for me to grab a book off the shelf and read it to him. I tell you, I'd love to read to anybody who'll listen. Anybody who will listen. And shout out again to dfcmarket.com for providing me with my super immune support. I'm almost empty. I've been taking 2 a day. And like I said earlier, I realized I'm sleeping better. I may wake up once in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, but I'm going right back to sleep versus dealing with insomnia. I believe super immune support was anointed to help me with insomnia. And I believe that it has protected me because there are people around me that have been sick. I mean, folks that just usually don't get sick coming down with stuff. And I was able to doctor on them just a little bit without getting sick myself. So again, go to dfcmarket.com and get you a bottle of super immune support. All natural super immune support. If that's backwards. Okay, time to bring Avalon back in. And Avalon, thank you for letting me ramble a little bit. Thank you. Talk to me, Avalon, about your children. And you said they helped you write a book under Nana's umbrella. Can you tell us about that real quick?
Oh, yes. So I decided that I was going to do like a mini anthology with them. I had the idea of them each writing a story. I have 7 grands, 3 great grands. So the ones that were old enough, from the oldest is now 28. I have one that's 28, 26, 21, 18, 14, 12. I have 2 that's 12 and 1 that's 10. And then that's the great grandson. And then I have a great granddaughter that's 5. And I have a great grandson that's 21 months old. So I decided the ones that were old enough, I asked them to write a story about their experience growing up with Nana. So they each wrote a story, and I let them pick out about 6 to 9 pictures that they wanted to have next to their story. And I also put their picture at the beginning of the story. And then I made a book out of it. Now, the book cover that I have is my oldest granddaughter gave me a plaque 2 years ago. and the plaque was like a Nana sitting on a bench, and she had she put each one of the grandchildren there with their name on the plaque over them. So
Oh,
she couldn't get all of the great grands in, but whatever she could get in, she put in. So I took that and copied it and made that the book cover.
oh,
Yes,
that is so sweet. I tell you, you're encouraging them
yes,
to write, and you got a budding graphic designer in the mix
yeah.
too for your
And
book.
so the what was amazing to me was, except for one, each one of them talked about how I took them to church and how I introduced God into their life. And the one that didn't, it was all about shopping with Nana, all about shopping. Her experiences, like every year, this particular one, I would take her shopping, school shopping. Hers was all about shopping. So she didn't mention church, but that's okay. But she did mention, loving Nana and, her experience with Nana. So,
That is
yeah.
so beautiful,
Yeah.
so beautiful, so beautiful. Okay, we got a couple of comments. Jacqueline Rosier says she's stirring up around there in Arizona. It's 9 a.m. So she's sending blessings from Arizona. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Rosier. I appreciate you. And then Tina Batten said, that's so sweet. Nana letting the grandchildren who are old enough contribute to a story about Nana. She just loves that. She loves that. So thank you to both of you for your comments. I appreciate it. Donica, I see you backstage. We're going to bring you back in just a little bit. I just want you to tilt your camera down so I can see more of you. I don't want to see all that stuff behind you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, we're going to bring you in so we can say hi. Donica is joining us. Good morning, dear. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
You need to unmute your microphone, Donica. Unmute your microphone, and then we'll be able to say hi to you.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Angie B.
Oh,
Thank you, Miss Author Avalon Brown. I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
Thank you. Avalon, do you have her bio? Do you want to tell
Yes,
us?
I do. Yes, I do. Donica is an author, speaker, and a nonprofit organization leader. Her focus is on supporting women in recovery from drug use disorders and their families through Patricia Ann Strange Diamond Celebration, started in honor of the life and legacy of her mother, Patricia. The organization fundraises for women's treatment facilities and provide educational scholarships for women. Her book includes 23.59 Obsessions and Emotions of Adultery, Serena's Got Bounce, The Emotional Resilience of a Tennis Superstar, 30 Days Change, A Healing Journey for the Family, Businesswoman's Bible Study, a collection of biblical studies to inspire, motivate, and encourage Christian professional women, and her upcoming book, The Book of Courage. She further supports women through her emotional health and wellness platform, CUTE, C-U-T-E, which stands for Cultivate Your Wellness, Understand Your Worth, Transform Life Emotional. Donica is a bachelor's in science and business and will obtain her master's degree in business administration later this spring. She lives in Humble, Texas with her family. Her website is www.psdiamondcelebration.com. Email is iamdonica@gmail.com. Follow Donica on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Donica the author.
Avalon, tell me that website
Yeah.
again so I can put it up on the screen.
www.psdiamondcelebration.com.
www.psdiamondcelebration.com.
All right.
Yeah, I was spelling it out so she can write it.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to Books and Besties, Donica. Oh,
I am humbled and glad to be here.
you are the epitome of why we do this show. We want to introduce authors, community leaders, books, community efforts. And you said, Avalon said something about helping mothers that are going through. Tell us about that. I want to know about your books, but tell me about that first.
Patricia Ann Strange's Diamond Celebration is a nonprofit organization which I started in 2014. My mom, her name was Patricia, and I grew up in the inner city. My dad died when I was 9. My mom was 34 years old. And the way we say in her story is that to soothe her life's hurts, she turned to alcohol and substances. When my mom was 27 years old, she went to a drug rehab program. She got sober. I was already a grown woman. I was married when my mom went to treatment. So I would say, don't give up on the people in your life. God did a work for my mom. My mom was sober for 9.5 years. And one day I was at lunch with my mom, and she was planning her 10-year sobriety celebration. She said she's going to have a diamond and have a party. Well, later that day, my mom suffered a heart attack, and she did not get her diamond or her party. She passed away. But I knew that God had let me hear her story. My mom died sober. And so 2014, not right away, my mom died December 16, 2005. So it took me a while to get started. But we hosted our first Patricia Strange Diamond Celebration, and we honored people with the Patricia Ann Strange Diamond Award. So people in the earth realm, we literally give them a diamond. A diamond award. Not a diamond. Give them the Patricia Ann Strange Diamond Award to honor people for their long-term recovery. That first year, several people that were honored. My mom's best friend was honored, and several people that were in community and were still sober. So at that point, those people were sober for 20 years. Everything we do is based on the financial strength of the organization. To be honest, Dr. Angie and Arthur Avalon, sometimes funding are elusive, but I've not missed an event, not 1 year. And I praise God for that. I'm a person of faith. So I'm going to say, through my faith, I praise God for that. We have supported women's program with financial support, and we have awarded women in our community to help them get their Texas certificate of high school equivalency, which in Texas, that's the same thing as a GED. We do celebrate your Super Bowl sober in February for the Super Bowl, and we do Diamond Christmas event and other enrichment activities for women.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Now, what city are you closest to?
Houston. Really, is Houston.
Okay. It's what it is. It's just we've got connections in Houston. So next time I make a plan to be there, I'll make a plan to see you. So wonderful. Thank you for sharing that testimony.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you say your mom was how old when she passed?
57.
Yeah. My mom was 54, major heart attack. And I know that there are people that don't believe Black women have heart attacks, but they do. They do.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I am sorry for yours. I mean, it's not fair.
This Mother's Day was hard. Even though I served my mom in community, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Man, it was tough this year. I didn't do anything till 5:30, and I'll share this with you really quick. Last year, we started doing something called Motivating Our Moms, which is MOM, and we went into the public and gave out cards and balloons for moms. Some moms don't get anything.
Right.
And I was supposed to do it this year, and I couldn't get up. But at 5:30, I went to pick my son up from work, and I ran to the grocery store. And I bought a Mother's Day cake, and I rushed over to a women's treatment program, and I gave him a cake because I didn't want to not honor my mom. And so I still was able, even in my own grief this year, I still got up and got myself together, and the cake was so cute. I don't even know if the people know where it came from. It was one of the programs that we fellowship with, and I took them the cake, and I hope that they were able to enjoy it. So having that kind of loss is a journey.
It definitely is. Definitely is. Mm-hmm. And before we get too much farther, I want to say I appreciate your faith, and I appreciate your love for the Lord, because I don't think any community organization that is just out here by itself without the love of the Lord, I prospering. So thank you for sharing that faith and that testimony. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Avalon, did you have a question?
Well, I was wondering what the CUT is, but she explained it. Explained it.
Cute was birthed after my first book.
Oh, that's different? Okay.
It is 2359. 2359 Obsessions and Emotions of Adultery was my first published book. It is my real true story.
Okay.
It was not a story to embarrass or disparage my husband. It was a story, because why would I do that?
Right.
I honor my husband and my children with my life, but it was a pain like none other. It was a pain equivalent to when my child died. My baby died when I was 24. I had a stillborn baby. It was something that I couldn't shake. And one day I was in the bed, in the middle of the day, it was not even dark. I was laying in bed and I prayed and I said, God, help me. And the Holy Spirit said, I will. And he took me on a journey. And God started showing me I was having an emotional breakdown. I was having an emotional breakdown. That's all I talked about. And that's why the book is called 2359. 23 hours a day, 59 minutes. That's all I talked about. If I just met you today, I was going to tell you what's going on with me. And but God healed me over time. It wasn't just that I woke up one day, which God has released me from some type of melancholy moments. He just took it away. So I believe in natural healing. Yes. But over time, God gave me a healing through his word, through study, through people, and I put it in my book. And so it's Obsessions and Emotions of Adultery. The first half of 2359, Obsessions and Emotions of Adultery, tells my story. But the second half tells me the healing journey that I got and the information that I share with other people from reading. There's a whole community of people that need an answer. And sometimes they don't get it, because the first answer might be leave, or first answer might be stay. And every person's situation, individual and unique. And so from that, I was in a business group, and the lady said, you need a platform for your book. And chapter 3 in my book is called The Ugly Truth. And so I switched it, and I called my platform Cute. So it is Cultivate Your Wellness, Understand Your Worth, Transformed Life emotionally for people that need it, because we all need to know that emotional healing comes from God. That's it does. Yes. That's what it means. For real. Yeah. For real. So and that's just how God crafted my path. Since then, I do Cute workshops that I call Cute Academy, which is the basis of Cute, and which is emotional intelligence, but biblical EQ, emotional intelligence, but adding our faith. And so I just introducing something new. It's called Cute University, and I'm starting University's 8-week online program next week. So,
wow! Congratulations!
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations. Now, who is Monica Strange?
That's my twin sister.
Oh, she had some kin to you. She is just tagging everybody. Notes the name of the book, name of the chapter. Yeah, she is. Thank you for the notes, Sister Monica.
My twin is my ride or die, for real.
Oh, wow. That is wonderful. So, what time of year do you usually have your Diamond Celebration event?
September is Recovery Awareness Month. This year, our date is September 13th. And so we are going to celebrate an individual in our community for their long-term recovery. So we generally host the events from 11:30 to 3. We have a private reception, and then we have a general admission for some people that are not going to attend the private luncheon, and then we do the diamond celebration right after the private luncheon.
Praise the Lord.
Here,
Yeah.
here in Houston, Texas.
That's awesome. Yes.
Praise the Lord. That's good. That is good, good, good. So, is your organization a 501c3?
501c3, yes, ma'am.
So, if anybody wants to make a donation, they get a letter for their taxes.
Yes. We give them a receipt for their giving, and we appreciate it. Yes,
that is so good. I want to put in a shameless plug. My agency is Angie B Productions, and we do a 24-hour broadcast fundraiser for certain nonprofits, where you can have people come in and share their testimony, their who, what, when, where, why. We have music videos, statistics, prayer, just a whole 24-hour program where we encourage people to log on and enjoy the entertainment while they learn about the mission of your organization.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We've done, for the past 3 years, we've helped with sickle cell awareness and Maternal Matters Favored, which is an organization based in Florida that helps new parents and grandparents with maternal matters. And so get in touch with me once we get off the air.
Yes.
And we can schedule a time to have your 24-hour fundraiser too. So
yes, ma'am. Yes, I will. I thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, let me make an update. I already completed my classes for my master's degree in business, and I'm waiting on the school to certify. Every day I look at my portal, like, what are they doing? Taking so long. And the Book of Courage. It said, so my apologies, there needed to be a few tweaks to my bio. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
The Book of Courage is already released. The Book of Courage is a children's book. The main character, her name is Courage. She's 9.5 years old, and she is on a journey with the mom who drinks too much. We don't call the mom an alcoholic. We just say her mom drinks too much. And it's called the Book of Courage because she has a little book that she writes her feelings in, and she also writes the things she learns about her mom's journey. And so that book, the Book of Courage, is available on Amazon. It's a little black girl with a cute curly afro, and she has a teal barrette in her hair, and the teal barrette represents recovery awareness. So I'm trying to get more word out about that book for communities and children. An individual can buy the book just in case. I think Dr. Angie B and author Miss Avalon, some of my books are delicate in nature, and there's no judgment if you buy it. You might be buying it for somebody else. Just because you buy my book don't mean you have been impacted by marital unfaithfulness. It means that it's a good book that you want to read. People that read my book, they say it's a good read. They read it really quickly. But families need the Book of Courage. Churches need the Book of Courage. Schools need the Book of Courage as a resource for students, especially, not saying that we are the only ones impacted by it, but to, I think, have a kid on the cover for a child. One of my readers, Dr. Angie B and author Avalon, people always come to me and they whisper, my dad was an alcoholic. My mom. So they count the numbers, but they're not counting some people, So it is a needed resource. That's what I'm plugging right now, the Book of Courage. And I'm also promoting Black Girl Cute. That is going to be on Zoom tomorrow at 5:30. So if you're in the audience and you want to be a part of Black Girl Cute, send me a friend request. I'm Donica, the author, and I'll tell you how you can get a part. DONICATHEE, author, AUTHOR. So I'm excited about Black Girl Cute, and we're kind of really launching it tomorrow.
Nice. Nice.
That is wonderful. I just sent you my friend request. So
amen. Yes.
Friend. I want to be a friend. Follow you. Look at this adorable book cover. Courage. And she got her little teal bow and her afro. Oh my goodness. It's just so cute. So cute. So cute.
The cover designer really did a good job. That's the one thing. The person, someone created the characters for me and did the design work, but the cover designer is different than that person. People are, oh my God, I really love the cover. I was like, oh, me too. Yes.
It's just it just is so colorful. It there it is. You'd be drawn.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Nice.
The Book of Courage.
And she's reading to her classmates, looks like. I tell you. It's nothing more satisfying than opening up a package and all of your books come out of that package. Nothing more satisfying than mailing it to somebody that purchased it. Yeah, that's pretty good too. But congratulations on that, because it's a powerful testimony that needs to be spoken and not just whispered.
Oh,
right.
That is so powerful, my God. It is still whispered. It is.
And that's
what is your other book about? The emotional resilience of a tennis star. You play tennis?
No, it's about Serena Williams. I gotta tell y'all this true story. I was gonna write the book about Kim Kardashian. And one of my it was going to be called, I don't know, maybe I'll go back to it another time, but the book was going to be called about emotional resilience, the Kardashian bounce effect, because they really have had a lot of stuff happen to them.
They sure have.
And I was telling one of my loved ones, I'm going to write a book called the Kardashian bounce effect, and she rebuked me. She rebuked me. I was like, oh, okay. She started saying other things that I won't say on the broadcast, but then I started looking at other things. And Serena Williams, the tennis professional, 23 times Grand Slam winner. And one story that popped out to me later, I just started something about her. She said, people counted me out and this and this. And I started studying Serena Williams, and I'm not right about her, but God started opening up more things about her. And it's opened up, revealed in the story about how she was a teenager and she went to a tennis match in Indian Wells and they were treated poorly. And she made a decision. Okay, I'm not going to be going to this tournament. And guess what? She had to pay a fine every year she didn't go to that tournament. But it didn't stop her rankings. It didn't stop her money. Sometimes for your own emotional health, you have to set boundaries.
Right.
But there's something else that happened in the end of the story that I didn't know. Thank God revealed it, so it could really make the story complete. She was a teenager. She did not go to Indian Wells. She took that fine. She kept rising to the top, kept being the number one player. But about 15 years later, I don't have the exact year, a decade later, she forgave them and she went back. Healing is full circle. You can forgive and move on, but it was such a beautiful closure for that story to me that she was able to reconcile what happened and forgiveness. And 10 years later, she went back to the tournament. And that's what I talk about in Serena's Got Bounce, the emotional resilience of a tennis superstar.
Oh, goodness. Goodness. The gifts and talents that you just keep testifying to are just encouraging. I never even thought about writing about someone else. So I'm encouraged by you. Let me find somebody to write about now.
Yes, we can do it. It's been so. I wrote the book in 2019, so I had to do some study. Can you write about somebody else? I was like, oh, I'm nervous about this. But if you don't disparage them, that's really the main, the main thing. You know what? I will not speak to that because I don't want to give anybody legal advice. My apologies.
No, you're good. You're good.
But, yes, it's a beautiful book. There's some wonderful exercises. I'm a interactive type person. So I put things in the book that we can do in the cute events that I have and stuff too. I'm very interactive. So how do we practice this in our life?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am grateful for you because you've touched on so many different themes, and all of these themes are the reason why we do this show for authors and community leaders and ministry leaders. And you just put a nice teal bow on everything for us today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
True.
We've got a couple of special videos that we've got to show right quick. So we're going to take a little bit of a break and we'll be back with more Books and Besties in just a minute.
All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is for you. My name is Terrell Duckworth. I'm an independent associate with Legal Shield. I retired from the military after 23 years of serving in the United States Air Force. And I started working with a company called Legal Shield. And the reason why I'm here today is I just wanted to let you know what we offer. A lot of people know the name, but they haven't seen the information. So one of the first things I always share with people is it gives you the ability to talk to an attorney without worrying about that high hourly cost. And it's affordable, not just to people individually, but to even small business owners. So what we like to do is share and educate you on why so many people are taking advantage of our services, from getting contracts reviewed, to getting your last will and testament done, your will, your living will, your healthcare power of attorney, and those things. We also help if you are that person that has a heavy foot. And then the last thing I like to share with people on our legal plan is we have a 24/7 coverage, because we know that people get in situations where they wish they wouldn't be and engaging with law enforcement, and you can pick the phone and enforce your rights right on the spot. Now, for you small business owners, we love to help you out. Look, we're not trying to get rid of the legal services that you already have, but we want to show you a more affordable way to deal with debt collection, contract review. Maybe you got employee situations you need help with. But the bottom line is we have a lot of services we can offer you at an affordable rate. If you get a hold of me, my information is below, duckworth29@gmail.com, or my website's below. It's too long the name, so please look at it below. Or you can contact me on my cell phone, 757-344-5496. And I would like to say this, we are looking for more people to help us out and spread the word, meaning you can do what I do, make a living while making a difference. My name is Terrell Duckworth. Thank you so much for listening to my information. And I turn it back over to you, my good friend, Miss Angie B.
We can help you put the pieces together. Audiobooks, flyers, commercials, and more. Angie B Productions on Facebook. Eden, as intended, is an online, all-natural beauty products business. We currently sell products for the skin and hair that promote a healthy, natural way to nourish the body and foster extreme hair growth. At Eden, as intended, our mission is to create, promote, and sell herbal products that support the well-being of the total body with maximum results, ushering the body back to natural remedies just as it was intended. Specialized products can be made per request for more serious issues like alopecia, eczema, etc. Search for Eden as intended. Call 904-356-3502. Eden as intended. You are cordially invited to join us for the 9th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat. It takes place Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st, 2025 in historic Camden County, Georgia. Models from all across the country will be participating in the Beauty Bazaar fashion show. When you arrive, you can shop with vendors, network with entrepreneurs, and have a truly good time. For more information, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. Spreading alopecia awareness and acceptance, this weekend retreat is a fundraiser for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation.
I tell you, we got so many exciting events that are coming up and products and services, and I'm just excited. I'm just thrilled. I'm just excited. I love the fact that there are so many themes that we are addressing today, and themes that do not need to be whispered about, themes that need to be talked about, like alcoholism and addiction and difficulties in parenting, and even the loss of a child. Donica has truly given us so much information, and I'm grateful for you. I'm gonna bring you back in just a second, Donica. But somebody wanted to know more about Avalon's book, Under Nana's Umbrella, and so that's the book cover for it. I know side by side or miles apart, grandma and grandkids will always be connected by heart. I love it. I love it. And I'm pretty sure she's going to have a book too eventually as the babies start to get a little bit older. But just search for Avalon on Amazon and you'll be able to get that copy of her book. Or you can contact her directly and she'll autograph it and send it to you. Still excited about this little teal bow, hair bow that's in her hair. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Donica, let me bring you back in along with Avalon. I just am so excited about these book covers for these kids. I can just see them gravitating to the book.
Congratulations, Miss Author Avalon.
Thank you.
Yeah, I tell you. So what's next for you, Donica? What big project are you working on? What big event? Tell us what's next.
What's next is tomorrow, Black Girl Cute, which is via Zoom, which direction we will be taking with Black Girl Cute is emotional hope for Black girls. If you're not Black and you're a friend of Black girls, you can be a part. But it just came into my heart to have something centered for that, and which we will also have down the line, monthly or weekly, haven't ironed that part out, support groups and discussions. So making something available for Black girls for our emotional hope on a regular basis through the platform God gave me. Cute University starts June 8th, which is an 8-week, really deep dive spiritual journey of information about biblical EQ, biblical emotional intelligence. Patricia Ann Strange Diamond Celebration is coming up in September. And we would love, my sister's working on it. My twin is working on it mostly this year. But my spirit, my heart is empowered you. We love to have empowered women in the room because we want to duplicate you through when you support us, we can duplicate you in the lives of other women, really. Because God is not a respecter of persons. If he has done a work in my mama's life, he can do a work in a woman's life. If God has done a work in my life through rescuing me through my emotional hurt, he can do a work in someone else's life. So this Diamond Celebration is coming up. With Cute, we do different events. For several years, we would do Cute for the holidays, just letting the women, because Christmas is always about serving and pouring into other people. We have a breakfast or lunch, and then we get together and we have vendors and let people shop so that the women can sow into themselves. The major thing is the Patricia Ann Strange Diamond Celebration that's coming up in September. But before that, this summer, school is in session, and we're going to have Cute University.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Praise.
Awesome.
It has been an honor to meet you and to connect
you.
with you. And to
your presentation is so good. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Q University is not going to look like this next week. So it really is so nice. Okay. I was like, man, I'm going to have to reach out to her and tell, how do we do this? So, yes.
We'll help you.
And it's great to meet the both of you and to
Yes,
be in the
yes.
company of phenomenal women in our community and just sharing the message of, in my space, is healing. Life is always not perfect. Life is not perfect, but I get up and do it still get up and do it
Right.
and show up for God. Show up for God.
Yes, yes.
Showing up for God. If it had not been for the Lord on my side.
Right, right.
This is the day he made just for us. So we need to be rejoicing and being glad about it, in it, enjoying it. He made this day for us. So thank you, Donica. Much love to Monica.
Yes. Yes.
Meeting you.
Yes. My sister is amazing support. I just got my master's degree, but she's been having a master's degree for about 13 years. I didn't follow along. It took a journey for me. That's a different story for a different day. It's just an opportunity for me I had to make some changes for myself. And I did it through education.
Time. Yeah.
On time, God, and you got what you're supposed to have right on time. So.
Amen.
Time,
Amen. Thank you for saying that. Amen.
Yep, that's true.
I have younger sisters that are twins, and there's always that competitiveness. You know, if one does something, when is the other one? Don't be that way.
We never have been, thankfully, because she been. My sister passed me up in 5th grade. Lord, she's smarter than me. She's more assertive, but we celebrate each other. It's not any type of competition. I'm where she is. She's where I am. Hey, twin. And like, we're in our 50s and we say, hey, twin, like y'all call each other twin. Hey, twin. It's my twin.
Right.
Absolutely.
And you can see it just for her shout me out right now on the broadcast.
Yep. There's a lot of love there. 2359, obsessions and emotions of adultery. We want to get to chapter 3, which is the ugly truth. Thanks to Monica. She's letting us know that. And thank you so much, Donica. I hope you get a chance to come back and give us an update.
I would love to. And I want to be in contact with the both of you.
Of course, of course. Yes.
Thanks, dear. All right. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, honey.
Take care.
Ooh, Avalon. She's just full of information.
Yes, yes. Oh. My goodness.
And the fact that people are still coming to her whispering about somebody that they know that's dealing with alcohol.
Yeah, that's a big help.
Our addictions, no matter what it is, it's an illness and it needs to be treated that way, I believe.
And a good thing we've had guests, that are helping people out there deal with their mental illness, their, whatever they have going on in their lives that they don't want to talk about. They have people out there that can bring it out, help them, because there's a lot of people out there that don't really know what mind that they are. And you have people out there helping them, going into the community, making sure that, they get the help and come back to themselves and know what they can do and what they can be. And they don't have to stay in that situation. And, that's just great. And they're the people that's helping them. What's good about them, the ones that we've talked to so far on this show, they are people of God. So God has his people out there helping, helping people. Yes.
All the time. God is good. Well, Avalon, it is time to end this week's episode of Books and Besties. I am praying for you as you get out of here and get ready for next week, the Independent Authors Book Experience. Did you say this is your first time joining them?
This is the third one that they're holding. They usually just have the big book expo, but then they started the children's expo 3 years ago. So this is the third one that they're holding. Yes, that's just for children authors.
All right. If you're in the New Jersey area and you want to participate, go to www.iabx.org for the Independent Authors Book Experience. It's a children's book festival. It takes place Saturday, June 7th from noon to 3:30 p.m. And when you get there, be sure you give Avalon a big hug. Tell her it's
Yes.
me.
It's at the Warren Acres Sports Center in the middle of Roselle Park there.
Wow. And then on the 28th, we got Literary Indulgence Book Festival. The festival is from 10 to 4, and the author and reader mixer is from 5 to 8. And it's at the Historic Friday Musicale Riverside on Oak Street, 645 Oak Street in Jacksonville, Florida. You can visit www.literaryindulgence.com and tell Marie that Angie B said hi. Go to the website, just leave a little message. And then in August, we got the Just for Writers 7-day retreat in Costa Rica. I will be there. I think there's 1 or 2 spots available. You'll get one-on-one marketing, writing. You'll learn how to develop your book outline. That's something I really need to learn how to do. And Publish and Promote is our host, and they will be giving us their book marketing template. Plus, we get time every day to write. So go to www.therightplacetowrite.com to learn more about that. All right, Avalon, clock on the wall says it's time for us to get out of here.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, Angie.
Talk to you soon. If it's
All
the Lord,
right.
we'll be back next week, everybody. Take care.
All righty. Bye-bye.
You are cordially invited to join us for the 9th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat. It takes place Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st, 2025 in historic Camden County, Georgia. Models from all across the country will be participating in the Beauty Bazaar fashion show. When you arrive, you can shop with vendors, network with entrepreneurs, and have a truly good time. For more information, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. Spreading alopecia awareness and acceptance, this weekend retreat is a fundraiser for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. Living with anxiety and depression can feel like you're drowning. Come join a tribe that will help you press through parenthood and life. maternalmattersfavored.org, mmfavored.org. Eden, as intended, is an online, all-natural beauty products business. We currently sell products for the skin and hair that promote a healthy, natural way to nourish the body and foster extreme hair growth. At Eden, as intended, our mission is to create, promote, and sell herbal products that support the well-being of the total body with maximum results, ushering the body back to natural remedies just as it was intended. Specialized products can be made per request for more serious issues like alopecia, eczema, etc. Search for Eden as intended. Call 904-356-3502. Eden as intended.